Hey guys, how's it going? It's Mo with moswebtips.com, and I am here with another tip. And for this tip, it is on-page SEO blog posts for beginner, preferably in a WordPress site, because that's what I will be working with. So what I want to share with you is I want to share with you 9 tips that work really well for me. This is post-Penguin algorithm update. I have used basically these tips when I post articles to websites, and I have pretty good results on the search engines without too much backlinking. And usually when I do it this way, they build over time, and the rankings will improve, especially as more backlinks come to them and they get some time. But anyways, let's get started. So what I want to show with you guys is a article that I had optimized for this luxury honeymoon suite, or it's a honeymoon cabinas in Costa Rica, and I take care of their website. I do their on page as well as their off page, and I post all the articles and then I optimize them, and I try to do it naturally. I don't keyword stuff. And anyway, so these are the tips. First tip is write articles for people first. So don't write articles for search engines, especially with the new algorithm updates. Google has made it very clear that they will penalize for over-optimization, and it's better to write for people, something that'll engage people so that they will read through your article, as opposed to just looking at it, reading a sentence or two, and then just backing out of your article. Okay? Tip number 2 is write longer articles, preferably 600 or plus words, 600 plus word articles. So if you look at this article, if I go on the back end, you can see down here that the word count on this article is 711 words, and in some cases I'll go as much as 1,000. I think you pick up a lot more long tail keywords, and you can actually include more keywords in a bigger article without worrying about over optimizing. Okay, so tip number 3 is keyword research your articles. So a lot of people, they write articles and then they just post them without any research at all to see if they think. Now that's fine if it's just a news update and you have a following, but if one of your purposes is to actually try to get traffic, to pick up some of that just random traffic off of the internet, you're going to want to do a little keyword research on your article, which is very simple to do. You can go to the Google AdWord keyword tool. And for this particular article, the keyword that I wanted to go after was beach wedding attire, and then I narrowed it down a little bit more to groom's beach wedding attire. And if you look here, you'll see groom's beach wedding attire has a high competition, and a global monthly search is of 3,600 and local of 1,900. Now that's not bad, considering that this is just one of many articles on a blog that I'm going after. Now I'm not trying to get front page on every article. I just want to give myself a better chance to be higher on the search engine and grab some more of those long tail keywords. But in fact, actually this particular article, in less than a month of posting it, pretty much this was right during the algorithm update that I posted this. And if you see, this is the front page of Google, groom's beach wedding attire, and this is page 1. And if you look down at the bottom, I am number 9 for this article. Now that's in less than a month with 0 backlinking to this article. I just posted it, did a little bit on page, and in a very, very competitive industry, I was able to get to the front page very easily, quickly, and I imagine that I will build on this, because this got front page in less than a month. So that's rule number 3, or tip number 3, is keyword research your title. And if you don't know how to use the Google keyword tool, you could probably find some tutorials, or you can go to my site, moswebtips.com. And now one thing to remember is this isn't a perfect exact, the statistics on here are Google, and they are slightly, sometimes they can be a little bit skewed or off. But the main thing is you're just kind of looking for a ballpark. So that's what I do. Tip number 4, include 2 to 4 pictures in your article. So if you look at this right here, we have 1 picture here, 2 picture, 3 picture, and 4 picture. I say 2 to 4 pictures, but as long as you include one picture, that's going to always give you an advantage. And I always try to anchor text my picture. So if you go into the back of WordPress and you look at this picture right here, and you click on the edit image, it says groom beach wedding attire for the alternate text, and that's what I had put in there. Okay, so that's pretty easy. You just basically upload pictures. Tip number 5 is I like to include 1 to 3 internal backlinks. Now, an internal backlink, if you're not sure what that is basically just a link to another page in your website. As you can see, this is a link right here, and what you do to do that, if you're not familiar with this, is after you've posted your article in WordPress, you basically highlight it, and then you go here where it says Insert Edit Link, and it's cool with the new WordPress to have this feature where they will show you your pages, and you can link to ones, and you can even do a search for keywords that you want to relate to so that you link to a page that is similar. So I have 2 of those. Very easy to do. Outbound links to authority related sites are okay. A lot of people will say, oh, don't link out, you know, put no follow on any outbound links. I don't believe that. I think that it's okay to link out to sites that are related, of course. You don't want to link out to a site that has nothing to do with you, because you'll probably lose a little bit of authority with that. Okay, so moving on. And that's tip number 6 for me, is outbound links are okay to authority sites. Tip number 7, include H1, H2, H3. Those are headers, title headings. So as you can see right here, this is a title heading, and if I click on it, you can see it's an H1. And if I scroll down to here, this is also a title, and you can see that this is an H2. And the way you do that is you just highlight your title and you just click down here and you pick your heading H1, H2, H3. I usually go H1, H2, and then maybe H3. I always start with H1 at the top, and then as I move down the article, I'll go H2, and sometimes at the very end I will do an H3. And I like to split up my articles into small paragraphs, relatively, if possible. I don't like to have really long paragraphs because users don't like to look at long paragraphs. Okay, another tip, pick one category. So when you post your article and you scroll down to your categories, I like to pick one category. There is a lot of debate on whether or not 2 categories can actually be considered as duplicate content. So when I'm doing blog posts, unless it's absolutely necessary, I pick one category, or I will create another category for it if I need to. But I like to post to one category so I don't have to worry about Google thinking there's duplicate pages, because if you have another category, that's basically in essence another URL. And if you don't know what I mean, look right here where it says Red Palms Villa. This is the category, Costa Rica Weddings, and then the page is Groom's Beach Wedding Attire. Now if I picked a different category, there would be another URL out there with this part right here that would say something different, so you could argue that that's 2 separate categories. So I like to stay away from that. And finally, my last tip is, if you have a video, embed it. We've seen a lot of pages improve their rankings just by embedding a related video. So if you have a video that you can embed, I would do that. I hope this has helped you out, and until next time.